This guy was once the #1 movie star in the world, but since then, he's filed for bankruptcy and he's been in a foreclosure fight on his home for years.
Fame and fortune may seem like the ultimate dream, but for some Hollywood stars, it all came crashing down fast. Despite earning millions, these 15 celebrities went broke, some overnight, due to bad investments, legal battles, outrageous spending, or just plain mismanagement. These are not rumors. These are real-life cautionary tales of fortune lost in the blink of an eye. 1. Nicolas Cage, overspending and the IRS. Nicolas Cage earned over $150 million between 1996 and 2011. Yet by 2009, he faced foreclosure on several properties and owed the IRS $6.3 million in back taxes. Cage spent lavishly, buying castles in Europe, a dinosaur skull, shrunken pygmy heads, and 15 homes. He eventually sold off assets and took on many film roles to pay off debts. His financial troubles are confirmed through IRS liens and public foreclosure records. 2. Wesley Snipes, tax evasion conviction. Snipes was one of the top-paid actors of the late 90s, but in 2008, he was convicted on 3 misdemeanor counts of failing to file federal income tax returns from 1999 to 2004. He owed the IRS over $17 million. In 2010, he began a 3-year prison sentence. His financial collapse was swift and publicly documented through court proceedings. 3. Lindsay Lohan, legal troubles and unpaid taxes. Lindsay Lohan's career spiraled after multiple arrests and rehab stints. In 2012, the IRS seized her accounts due to $233,000 in unpaid taxes. Oprah Winfrey later gave her a $2 million deal for a reality series, but reports and financial documents revealed it went mostly to pay debts. Her financial hardship was confirmed through IRS filings and legal disclosures. 4. Toni Braxton, 2 bankruptcies. Despite multi-platinum success, Toni Braxton was one of the biggest names in R&B throughout the 1990s and early 2000s. With hits like Unbreak My Heart and Breathe Again, she sold over 70 million records worldwide and won multiple Grammy Awards. Despite her chart-topping success, Braxton shocked fans when she filed for bankruptcy, not once, but twice. Her first filing came in 1998, just after she won 2 Grammys and had millions in album sales. Surprisingly, despite her fame, Braxton only received royalty payments of about $2,000 per year due to an unfavorable record deal. Her legal battle with Lavish Records revealed the harsh financial reality behind the scenes. After recovering and launching a comeback, Braxton faced financial turmoil again in 2010 when she filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy a second time. According to court records, she owed between $10 million and $50 million, but reported assets under $10 million. The debt included money owed to the IRS, credit card companies, and even luxury vendors like the Four Seasons Hotel. She later stated that health issues, particularly lupus, forced her to cancel lucrative Vegas shows, worsening her financial position. Her bankruptcy filings are fully accessible through public legal databases. 5. MC Hammer, from $70 million to $13 million in debt. MC Hammer rose to global fame in the late 1980s and early 1990s with his smash hit, You Can't Touch This. By the peak of his career, Hammer had earned an estimated $70 million, making him one of the highest-paid entertainers of his era. However, his spending habits were legendary, and not in a good way. Hammer reportedly kept a 200-person entourage, which included dancers, bodyguards, staff, and friends on payroll. He spent $30 million on a custom mansion in Fremont, California, complete with a recording studio, 2 swimming pools, and gold-plated gates. Additionally, he spent lavishly on dozens of sports cars, thoroughbred racehorses, and high-end clothing. By 1996, the unsustainable lifestyle caught up with him. Hammer filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, listing $13 million in debts and only $9 million in assets. Creditors ranged from banks and utility companies to personal staff and jewelers. The full list of creditors was made public in his court filings, which showed that Hammer owed money to everyone from limousine companies to to a horse stable. In interviews years later, Hammer admitted to his financial mistakes, saying that he tried to support too many people and spent far more than he earned. His story remains one of the most well-documented examples of a celebrity fortune disappearing almost overnight. 6. Gary Busey, bankruptcy and mounting medical debt. Gary Busey, known for his roles in films like Lethal Weapon, Point Break, and The Buddy Holly Story, enjoyed a long career in Hollywood. But behind the scenes, financial hardship slowly overtook him. In February 2012, Busey filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy protection in California. His bankruptcy paperwork revealed that he had less than $50,000 in assets, yet owed between $500,000 and $1 million in liabilities. Among the debts were back taxes to the IRS, unpaid medical bills, and credit card balances. One of the largest creditors was a medical facility that had treated him following a severe motorcycle accident in 1988 that caused a traumatic brain injury, one that affected his cognitive functioning for years. Busey claimed that he had struggled to maintain a steady income due to declining health and fewer acting roles. The public filing detailed his complete financial downfall, showing that he was unable to pay even modest monthly bills, including rent and utilities. Despite his financial troubles, Busey has since made occasional television appearances and reality show cameos. However, his bankruptcy remains one of the most transparent, with all documentation filed through U.S. bankruptcy court records. 7. Kim Basinger, risky real estate in a lawsuit she couldn't afford. Kim Basinger was an Oscar-winning actress and one of Hollywood's top earners during the late 1980s and early 1990s. She appeared in blockbuster hits like Batman, 1989, and LA Confidential, 1997. But in between those box office successes, Basinger made one of the most unusual celebrity investments of all time. In the early 1990s, Basinger purchased the entire town of Braselton, Georgia, for $20 million. The idea was to turn the 1,751-acre town into a tourist destination with film studios and entertainment venues. However, the project never materialized, and Basinger quickly found herself in financial trouble. The real blow came in 1993 when she backed out of a contract to star in the controversial film Boxing Helena. The producers sued her for breach of contract and won an $8.1 million judgment against her. The court ruled that she had no valid reason to withdraw from the project and was financially responsible for the damages incurred. Basinger filed for bankruptcy that same year, citing the legal judgment in the failed town investment as primary causes. The bankruptcy was widely covered in the media, and court documents laid bare her financial collapse. She later sold her interest in the town at a significant loss. Her experience became a cautionary tale in Hollywood about the risks of poor investment decisions and the high costs of breaking contracts. 8. Burt Reynolds, financial decline hidden behind stardom. Burt Reynolds was a cultural icon of the 1970s and 1980s, starring in box office hits like Smokey and the Bandit, Deliverance, and Boogie Nights. At the height of his career, he was the highest-paid actor in Hollywood for 5 consecutive years, commanding up to $10 million per film. But fame didn't shield Reynolds from financial disaster. In 1996, he filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, disclosing $10 million in debt. Among the creditors listed were CBS, banks, the IRS, and several individuals from the entertainment industry. One of his largest liabilities stemmed from his costly and contentious divorce from actress Lonnie Anderson, which included alimony and legal fees totaling millions. Reynolds also made several failed investments, including in restaurants and a production company. He owned a lavish 160-acre estate in Florida, complete with a private helipad and horse stables, but was forced to sell it at a massive loss. He also auctioned off personal memorabilia to stay afloat. Despite attempts to return to acting and rebuild his career, Reynolds never fully recovered financially. His court documents, available through U.S. bankruptcy databases, detail his steep fall from being a Hollywood legend to living on a reduced pension and royalty income. 9. Mike Tyson, $400 million fortune gone. Tyson earned over $400 million during his boxing career, but filed for bankruptcy in 2003 with $23 million in debt. Court records cited spending on mansions, cars, jewelry, and a private zoo. His bankruptcy filings are publicly accessible and confirm the rapid loss of wealth. 10. Stephen Baldwin, bankruptcy and tax issues. Stephen Baldwin filed for Chapter 11 in 2009, citing $2.3 million in debt, including $1.2 million in mortgages, unpaid taxes, and credit card bills. In 2013, he also pleaded guilty to failing to pay $400,000 in state income taxes. His financial troubles were confirmed through court and legal records. 11. Pamela Anderson, tax lines and debt. In 2009, the IRS and California Franchise Tax Board filed tax liens against Anderson totaling over $1.7 million. Her name appeared on multiple lists of delinquent taxpayers. She also faced lawsuits for unpaid construction bills on her home. These liens and legal battles were verified by state tax board records. 12th, Brendan Fraser, alimony and legal costs. Brendan Fraser, once among the highest paid actors, requested a reduction in alimony in 2013, claiming he couldn't afford his $900,000 annual obligation. Court records showed mounting legal costs and a drop in film income, pushing him toward near bankruptcy. These financial disclosures were filed as part of a Connecticut divorce case. 13. Randy Quaid, legal issues and financial chaos. Randy Quaid faced lawsuits, unpaid hotel bills, and property damage claims. He and his wife fled to Canada in 2010 to avoid arrest for failing to appear in court. Court records and arrest warrants confirmed unpaid debts and legal troubles, totaling hundreds of thousands, including $10,000 in damages to a rented home. 14. Dennis Rodman, child support debt. In 2012, Dennis Rodman faced court hearings over $800,000 in unpaid child and spousal support. He claimed he was broke and unable to keep up with payments. His financial documents submitted in court showed dwindling assets and irregular income, despite previous millions earned from the NBA and endorsements. 15. Courtney Love, lawsuits and mismanaged inheritance. Courtney Love inherited a share of Kurt Cobain's estate, reportedly worth over $100 million. Yet by the late 2000s, she claimed that over $30 million had been stolen or mismanaged by accountants and lawyers. She faced multiple lawsuits, unpaid taxes, and property seizures. Her financial decline is documented in court battles and interviews. Even millions can disappear overnight. Each of these Hollywood stars proves one thing: it doesn't matter how much you make. If you don't manage it, you can lose it. These financial crashes didn't come from rumors or hearsay. They were confirmed in bankruptcy filings, court records, tax liens, and public legal documents. From bad investments to unpaid taxes, these cases show how even the most glamorous lives can spiral into financial ruin in the blink of an eye.